Hello friends, welcome to my new vlog. I hope you're having a good week. Today is not at least pouring with rain, it's quite pleasant. I'm trying to feel cozy by sitting on my bed, putting on some pajamas. It's very unusual for me in the middle of the day to sit in my bed. I think partly because when I was younger, oh my fringe is funny. When I was younger, I often had quite bad health, and so going to bed in the middle of the day to me is an admission of defeat. It's like I feel I always have to keep doing stuff and being productive because I don't like to waste time. But however, I'm not wasting time because I'm doing my vlog and I'm relaxing, which is really good. Yeah. So last week oh, by the way, if you're new here, welcome to my channel. Thank you for clicking on this video. My name is Kate. I am a film actress. I usually appear in indie feature films, though I've done theatre and all kinds of stuff. And about a year ago now, I moved to this house in Essex, and so I do these vlogs every week, and part of it is about doing it at my house and making it nice. Part of it's just about my acting or what I'm thinking or feeling or what crafty things I'm doing. It's a bit of a mixter-maxter, my vlogs. So last week, at the end of last week, I went to the Royal Air Force Museum, and I really recommend this museum. It's really interesting and it's free, which is fantastic. You see fabulous things to do with the Air Force, and they have a lovely gift shop. So I think maybe I will put that footage in now, and I will come back to you in a few minutes after that footage. Okay. So here I am at the entrance, and here's a lovely old plane right there. I work in some interesting places. Okay, here's what looks like a World War II plane for a start. Get inside now. Gosh, this is amazing. It's a plethora of information. I want to go and see everything, and at my lunch break I will. But it's a gorgeous little plane at the back there. Oh, everything looks so sort of. Oh, look at that plane there. That's like a World War II plane. My goodness. And then is this? Oh, I think this is some kind of bomb. Oh dear. Yes. Okay. Later I will go around in more detail, but right now I'm just arriving, and there's a rather bigger plane there. Okay. Okay, here's a closer look at the different bombs that are in the museum. It's quite a comprehensive list. I think this big one is from 1942, and it's called the Medium Capacity MC Bomb. So this is an RAF firefighter's uniform, and then behind him is a sort of RAF boat. I guess they must sometimes have to go in if a plane goes on fire and try and extinguish it quickly. Ooh, okay, and then here we have, I think, a lady's RAF outfit. It looks quite old-fashioned, and her earpiece and stuff looks rather old-fashioned, and the clock does too. Oh, that is a period piece. It's beautiful. Here are some 3 ladies from the RAF. Here looks like a tank. I didn't know the RAF had tanks. And an old motorbike of theirs. Okay. I wish I'd stop saying okay, it's boring. That's amazing. It couldn't be a Red Arrows jet, could it? I don't know. Could it be? And here is a kind of helicopter. Good grief, amazing. Yes, that red aeroplane, it was used by the Red Arrows. In 1962 it started. It's called the Hawker Siddeley Gnat. Right, so we're right underneath a Red Arrows Hawker Siddeley Gnat. Okay, and then here, it's a very old school looking engine. Love it, love it. Making me think of Indiana Jones. Okay, Power Jet's W2500 engine. Gosh, that's an old-fashioned looking aeroplane, isn't it? Those were the days, my friend. And then here's a rather elegant uniform. It's a bit foils war. Very smart, very smart. Air Commodore Sir Frank Whittle OMKBECB FRS FRAES. Okay. Very elegant. Nothing like a man in uniform. Here's a rescue helicopter, which I have to say looks really enormous. I think Prince William flew helicopters, didn't he? So I think this is just a little toy helicopter for children to climb in. That's cute. And there's a lady member of the RAF. The whole exhibition has tried to emphasize that they are attempting to be diverse as possible in their recruitment, which is lovely. Here's a proper old-fashioned Jeep. Love it. And then here is an amazing old-fashioned plane here. There's really a lot to see. This again is very Indiana Jones to me. It's another lovely old, what looks like a wartime vehicle. Let's see. Something's about Hyderabad up there. But this is just so old-fashioned looking. I love it. I imagine it was pretty dangerous. Presented to His Majesty the Nizam of Hyderabad. Oh, okay, lovely. And then it says that the RAF motto is "Through adversity to the stars." That's beautiful. I'm just in the RAF Museum gift shop now. Really cute things. Lovely little bears there. And here you can see these kind of very cool bomber jackets. I think in the original planes there was no heaters, so it was very, very cold when people were flying in these planes. And that's why they designed the jackets, I think. Oh, there we go. Attention, Spitfire. Achtung. I guess like because the Germans were frightened of our Spitfires. And these are cool. Cool t-shirts. Avro Lancaster. Oh, these penguins are adorable. Here's a lovely bear with goggles. Oh goodness, I'm going to resist temptation, but they're very cute. And maybe this is a carrier pigeon, because carrier pigeons, I don't know if they were connected to the RAF, but I know they have messages. Carrier pigeons carry messages. And there's a cuddly aeroplane. Lovely. Maybe that's a Spitfire. It's a Spitfire, yes. Fantastic. And here we have, here's a little pilot Carrot Cunningham. And here is a big Carrot Cunningham. Oh, it's because apparently people believe carrots can help you see in the dark. Okay, like the carrots. There's a model of the skies that the pilots fly in. And here's just a overall look at some of the lovely things that there are here. England needs you to drink tea. Well, I certainly do that, so they can't complain about me. I'm a tea Jenny. Here's a huge plane that's just in the cafe area. I think you can go inside. I might try and have a look later, but there are children in there and I don't want to film them by mistake.
There is a rear turret, and if you look to each side of the aircraft, you can see two large hatches where a pair of Browning half-inch machine guns and some aircraft cruising guns. These weapons are said to perform the defense
Inside the Sunderland. It's so bare.
High on both sides, you can see the bomb racks.
Parachute exit. Wow.
Depth charges or mines.
I've seen all these movies and it's really here.
You can see depth charges.
There are seats here to sit on. I suppose when you were going on your missions is where you sat. There's the windows out into the museum. I think that's the toilet. It's all very old-fashioned looking. Wow. It's not comfortable. Okay. Brave people. It's a bit nicer outside now. So here we have a lovely old plane. I'll try and get closer. Okay, there's the propellers. Well, goodbye RAF Museum for today, and Thank you for all your bravery. Well, I love the way the propellers are tipped with yellow. A wonderful time at the RAF Museum. Hi again, I'm still here. I must say, despite my reluctance to be on my bed in the middle of the day, it is quite cozy and peaceful. There's a little bit of rain starting to patter down and it's kind of nice. I have recently finished reading this book, The Poison Wood Bible by Barbara Kingsolver, and it is a really gripping, fascinating book. It's been out for a long time now. I don't exactly remember. It's a book I've always intended to read and heard about. Now I have read it. It's all about this missionary family that goes to the Congo in the 1950s, and you learn a lot about this sort of African politics and the life of the people there and the culture clash of this American family coming into the Congo. It is fascinating. I sat up till very, very late the other night just because I had to find out what happened. So it's a gripping read. I recommend Poison Wood Bible. And also, right now, I'm reading a biography of a striptease artist called Candy Barr. She was very famous in the 1950s. I've not finished reading the book, but she taught Joan Collins to do a striptease in a big movie she was doing. And she was very known for being quite scandalous lady, but very, very glamorous and as very good at doing striptease. So what I've read of her life so far sounds really tragic. It sounds like she suffered multiple abuse from her family, from people around her, and also that she was brought up in Texas, and there was a system in Texas called the Capture, where young women who were vulnerable or runaways were kind of forced into prostitution and kind of kidnapped. And it's terrible. I mean, in a way, when you think of the things like Jeffrey Epstein, it seems the world doesn't change very much. But I think Candy Barr showed herself to be a survivor, and she pulls through this. And when I get to the end of the book, I'll tell you what I think finally. But she had an interesting life, but a very sad life in some ways. But then she was a survivor. So that's ultimately a good thing. Good for her. Okay, I think now I might show you a little craft item I'm going to do. Maybe just some Valentine cards for my family. Let's go and do that now. Well, actually, I think I'm going to have a cup of tea. What am I talking about? I do have some tea here, so I'll have that now and I will then do some craft. Okay. Okay. I really felt like getting out that spring cup that I got last year. It looks so pretty. Oh gosh. Well, that is a Mr. Kipling bite. I honestly have been good about not having sweet things, but I did give in and get that one. Oh dear, my tea's it looks a bit messy. Oh dear. Well, I did get a sort of magnet when I went to the Air Force Museum. Anyone who knows my channel will know I really like to get a fridge magnet when I go somewhere, because it always reminds me when I open my fridge of all the places I've been, and it's really nice. And then also the other week I was in the BFI in London. They were doing an exhibition about the film director David Lynch, and I did buy this set of stickers about Twin Peaks. So yeah, I think my favourite one is this one, The Owls Are Not What They Seem, and then Fire Walk With Me. I'm not so sure about the one of the violent guy. He's Bob. I don't know. Oh well, there you go. And then this here is I went to Harrods about a year ago, literally this time, and I bought I think some socks, and I've lost them. I brought them back to the house and I was in such a mess I lost them. So I'll try and open them up now and see what they look like. But they are Valentine's Day socks. So there's the socks. They've got hearts on them. My goodness, I think Skims is a Kim Kardashian brand, isn't it? I had no idea. I just really love the love heart ones, and I also like the pink and yellow. I love this kind of colour of socks. I was actually looking at some today in Morrison's. Of course, they were less expensive than these. Well, that's really nice. I've got Valentine's Day socks now. Cute. I think spring has begun because the birds are absolutely singing up a storm. It's amazing. They've just suddenly started doing it. And I guess apparently they're now looking for a mate. So there we go. Okay, here's my fairy offerings. Maybe they appreciated the gesture even though they didn't take any of it. Hello friends, welcome to my middle room. I'll just show you, let me show you my desk. Okay. So here's my desk. I've got some Valentine-y things out for making my Valentine cards. And then here is the rest of this room. It's now tidier in that you can sort of, I mean, there's some space, there's a carpet. This used to be a complete mess. And then over there's another pile of stuff which I've got to clear up, but it's getting there. So that's good. So friends, I want to make some Valentine cards for my family. I've got this old book of old-fashioned vignettes. The only thing with them is, and I love this book, is that they're quite small. The little designs are quite sort of small, and it's more like gift tag sized. Oh, sorry, my filming of that was awful. Here I have some pink doilies, which are just gorgeous for a Valentine's Day tea party. I think they're probably a little bit big for the Valentines I want to make, but you never know, I might change my mind. And here's the book I had a few weeks ago, which I think is what I'm going to choose from. I'm going to choose some of these rather bigger looking designs, and I'm going to cut some of those out and put them onto card, or maybe onto a doily. And I'll try and assemble one and I'll show you how it looks. Okay. Okay guys, I've chosen three little designs. One of my niece really loves purple, so I chose this one for her. And then there's my nephews, and I'm going to make a few more as well, but those are the first three. So I'll just clip off the white, sorry, my tummy's rumbling. Oh, that's awful. Okay, I will clip off the white paper and just try and get the Valentines in their natural state. Here's my 3 Valentine motifs that I've cut out. And there's the little tiny scraps of paper left over. This is just, this cream paper is just aquarelle watercolor paper. So I think I'm just going to make little tiny cards for my nephews and niece, and I will do those and then show you how they look. I'm just going to glue them down. It's very, very simple, but I think it's nice to make something rather than just buy cards if you can. So I will get those cut up and glued up, and I'll show you the finished cards. So here we go, friends. Here are the little cards. They're really quite sweet. They're very simple. Somewhere in my possessions, I do have a lovely stamp that says Valentine's Day in a lovely Victorian kind of font, but I don't think I'm going to find it in time this year, but I have seen it this year, so I'll have it for next year. Okay, and now for something a bit different. Yes, friends, so I've now done my Valentine card, and I think I'm going to do something a bit different. I've got a list here of my main sort of utility bills, and I must say this has been a hard month for me. I had a very big tax bill, which I wasn't really expecting, but I guess you should always assume it's going to be worse and then double it. That's probably a good strategy to have with money. And I seem to be in a situation like a lot of self-employed people that I'm waiting for people to pay me. And it's not that they're exactly late. It's just that I'd really like to be paid now. And then a lot of bills are coming in, and I think I will be able to keep up. But it's a bit nerve-wracking. I mean, that's the nature of the life that I have as a self-employed person. So I've got no one to blame about this. And I think I'll be fine. But I must say I'm someone who's a bit nervous of money as an idea. I tend to kind of have a look at my bank account, I think that's enough to cover it. You know, I kind of estimate in my head it's okay, and then I just stop thinking about it. And it's only now in a month where I really am kind of a bit neck and neck with my bills and what I have coming in that I actually look at it correctly, when really I should plan out exactly what I think my bills will be. And as I say, probably double it, and then I'd be okay. And just face it. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a sort of a Valentine to my bills. And I don't know if I'm going to show you the amounts, but I'm going to just put love into those amounts and just have faith that I'm going to pay them every month. Let me show you something on my desk today, which I got on my Louise Hay calendar. Just a second. This was my affirmation for today from Louise Hay. I am constantly increasing my conscious awareness of abundance. There is plenty for everyone, including me. And you know there is. There is more than enough food for people to be fed. There's more than enough of anything for us all to be okay. And yet I have this belief in plenty and in abundance, but then I have a month like this where I'm feeling kind of pinched. So yeah, I'm gonna write my bills on this beautiful doily that my sister gave me a number of years ago, and I'm just gonna see how I feel. Yeah, let me get started in that, then I'll show you how I'm getting on. It's not every day that you sort of you do a love affair to a love letter to your bills. Okay. Okay, guys. Hi again. That was quite a powerful process. I'm going to show you what I've done. I mean, these are not all the amounts of money I have to pay every month. There are other things that are always changing. I also haven't included things like cookies, medicine, my travel, which is often quite considerable. But these are some of my main payments that come out every month. And I think, Louise Hay says, a bill is an affirmation of people's faith in your ability to pay. And the truth is I can pay. I work and I do earn reasonable amounts of money. I just, as a self-employed person, I don't always have that money coming in on a date of the month that I know, like people with a regular job. And also it can, it's all a little bit up in the air. Anyway, let me show you what I've done. I think this is going to help me, but we'll see. So here are some main bills I know I have coming out every month. Netflix, utility, warehouse. I don't think it's an awful lot of money I'm paying. I think my bills are pretty reasonable. I've tried to decorate each little heart, and there's more to add, of course, with a love heart and some decoration and stuff. And I would say that I had the particular fear when I did the one about the house insurance, 135.13. I suppose, obviously, your house is all your security. It is absolutely vital that you have that insurance. And I do. I mean, I'm acting. I will be able to pay all these. It's just, I think these months when you are quite kind of pinched are good because they remind you, I mean, if you just always for a long time have loads of money and then it suddenly goes, then it's sort of you're not prepared. I mean, I feel this is probably going to be very helpful for me. So I'm going to glue this up and maybe put it on a card. I don't know. I've never made a Valentine to my bills before, but I feel it could work. Anyway, let's get on with that. Okay, we've got another step ahead. I put these, I've got a piece of card for them. I really want to make this look nice. I'm not sure if I'm going to do it all today. I think I better go and have some lunch now. My tummy's really grumbling. I would say, I'm here on Netflix. I'm thinking, maybe if you're concerned about money, you shouldn't have Netflix. And maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I should cancel Netflix, because of this pinchy month. I don't know. I'm the most indiscreet person in the world. But the thing is, people hardly watch my videos, don't they? I mean, really. Let's turn around again. Yes, I mean, my YouTube channel seems to be, it doesn't really get hardly any views at all. Though I'm very grateful for anyone that does watch it. And some of my videos do a bit better. However, I have a Valentine to my bills. I've done Valentines for some of my family. And that's really nice. And I might wrap it up for today, or I might come back later. I will come back tomorrow. And we'll see in the next week or so if things financially worked out. I will try and clue you in as to whether I managed and whether I got paid in time by various people. And I probably will. This is all just a good lesson for me. And as a metaphysical person, a spiritual person, I need to have faith in God and that there is enough and I can get paid and I can do better in future to be a bit more organised and prepared. My tax bill, as I said before, was bigger than I expected, and that slightly put me onto Queer Street. Okay, right, on and make some lunch now. Thank you for bearing with me.
How are we going to let it in? And this is such a wonderful symbolic gesture. I am open and receptive to all good. Not a little bit, not just some, but all good. When you do something like this, the universe notices. The universe notices. Okay, this is going to be a nice question and answer session. I'll talk a little bit and we'll do some questions and see where you are and see what your stuck points are. Or are you prosperous and do you have an abundance of good health? And of course there's money then. There's money too. What do you let yourself have? Are you poor in money or do you have an abundance of it? I like to use that image a lot of the ocean, standing in front of the ocean with a container in your hand. And you're there and you have this container, but what is it? Is it a thimble with a hole in it? Is it a small cracked cup? Is it a mug? Is it a vase? Is it a quart jar.
Good morning, friends. Well, here is my little trough that I planted, my seed paper with my goals on it. And as you can see, some tiny little microgreens are coming up. I started to think nothing would ever come up, but they did. So it's the end of January. Well, actually, it's the 1st of February today, and my goals are starting to sprout. I think spring has begun because the birds are absolutely singing up a storm. It's amazing. They've just suddenly started doing it. And I guess apparently they're now looking for a mate. So there we go. Okay, here's my fairy offerings. Maybe they appreciated the gesture even though they didn't take any of it. What amazing rocks. Beach huts. Hello, Holland-on-Sea. These capybaras are really cute. I'm sure that's a capybara. And here's a I'd always pick you. Oh, lovely. There's a nice bear. And woof you. So, hello, gorgeous. This one is quite sweet with the little love hearts on it. That's cute. You'll do. Oh dear, that's getting a bit cheeky, isn't it? They've got Valentine's Day pajamas. I actually saw really cute pajamas in Primark, but I just didn't feel I needed them. Stitch. These little palm pals kind of thing. Just £2.50. And some garlands and some candle things. And there, oh, there's a big strawberry down there. Okay, lots of nice stuff that you don't really need, but I think the capybaras are really cute. Hi guys, just wanted to say sometimes in life there are weird coincidences. A few days ago I was tidying up some of my books and I found one of my dad's books. It's called Vile Bodies by Evelyn Waugh, and it kind of rang a bell. And then, like an hour later, I found this DVD, Bright Young Things, and it is the feature film version of Vile Bodies. And I have seen it many years ago, but I've now started reading that Vile Bodies as well. And I looked at the film the other day. It's a super film, really, really great. Very, unlike a lot of period films, it moves along at a fast pace and is very thrilling. So yeah, just a strange coincidence how sometimes things go in life. I mean, I've got so many books in this house and so many DVDs, and I just found these two within a few minutes of one another. So weird. I've put up a few more things here in my little loft room. There's my computer, etc., and my little calendar that I did the flowers on. Let me go up a bit closer. Here's that little fairy card of the fairy with the lanterns. I like that. I don't know if this is the ideal frame for it, but it's the one that I had, and I thought, well, it's nice. And then here is a picture of me. I think this was Madrid International Film Festival a number of years ago, and I'd won an award and was on the red carpet, and it was lovely. I've still not put anything in my other pinboard here, but I'm sure it will get filled up soon. And yeah, that's good. So yes, I would say that as I reflect on yesterday and about my feelings about my money and stuff, I seem to have the feeling that I'm a very bad person intrinsically where money is concerned. Although that's not true, I pay my bills and I know I'm not a bad person, but that's the kind of feeling that I have about myself. And that's, I think, why I get so panicky about money and I don't like to assess exactly the bald truth wherever it is. Maybe I should try and do a course on like simple accountancy and bookkeeping and stuff and just get a bit more with it. But I must say it was very interesting to find out that my house insurance payment is the one that really scares me, even though it's not my biggest bill. That's, I guess if you miss a payment, you lose your insurance, and I don't know, what do? Do you go to another insurance company and try and start again? Or anyway, it's okay, I can pay it. So anyway, I probably am going to wrap up the vlog here. It is Valentine's Day, I think next Saturday. So get a little bit more Valentine-y stuff in my next vlog. It's been a strange week. And I must say, that it's in times like this when you really see if your spiritual beliefs are sincere or whether you're just like kind of hoping they're true. It's when you're kind of under pressure. So yeah, next week I will tell you how I got on financially with my, well, not exactly, but more or less how I got on. And yeah, I guess it will be coming up to Valentine's Day. And I hope you all have a lovely week, and I will see you in my next vlog.